watches our videos knows that this is normally the end of the video, me crouched by the rods just before we pack them all away. Today it's a bit different. The rods have only just gone out, and it's the first time in months. We've been so busy with our new business, the cafe, and I'm still finishing my old career, that fishing's had to take a back seat, and we just haven't had time to get out. But today, the bivvy's up, the rods are in, and we're back at Bearley, and we're the only ones on here. And just look at the weather. It's drizzly, overcast, there's fish moving everywhere, it's looking proper carpy. Will we catch one? I don't know. But you know what? I really don't care. Just being here is making all those hard work hours worthwhile. See what happens as the weekend unfolds? I know you'll get to see it because we're going to video it. What you doing, mate? You like being here, don't you? Hey? Hey, what you doing? It's not time to go home yet. It's just the start. Fingers crossed for a fish.
Okay, we're back out on the bank. It feels like forever, but we're happy to be here. Not only that, we have something new to play with today. It's the new ridge monkey burner. It's a very rare species at the moment. They're just being launched, but playtime for me this evening. So here we go, we're going to cook up a meal with the combi pan. Okay, so last night we had a Mexican evening at our cafe, and we have a little bit of pulled pork, some tortilla wraps and things, which Luke's very keen to have for his supper. So I'm going to show you now what we're going to cook up in the combi pan. Okay, let me explain a little bit of what I've got here. This is all homemade for, as I say, for our Mexican night last night. So I've got pulled pork here, which of course you can buy easily in the supermarket. It's just obviously I'm using what I've got. We've got refried beans, which of course you can buy in tins. That's easily got hold of. And in fact, actually, if you Google it, it is really easy to make and well worth the effort because it's delicious. And then we've got corn on the cob, which of course you can buy in the vacuum sealed packets, already cooked, so it's just a question of you heating it up. Sweet as sugar to eat and really nice with the wraps and everything. And down here, which you can't see, I've got some tortilla wraps. So, just a question of getting all this hot and ready to go. So the ridge monkey's really easy to use. You just turn the dial. It's just so easy, isn't it? I want a little less heat than that. I do love the handle on this, it's just so easy. We're going to put that on. Okay, so we've got our pork, the refried beans and the corn, so I just very simply need to just steam it a little bit. So I'm just going to, you can hear it's just starting to sizzle. But as always, the water is always the ridge monkey's friend. We want to steam a little bit more of that, so, and then a little bit of water on this. I don't want to put too much water in, just enough to steam it as you'll detract from the flavours and dilute it. The corn needs the most really because you want to get it really hot. So now we just need to, I'm just going to ease it up a little bit. Now we've got the water. And keep the whole thing moving. You don't want to stir the pork too much because when it's cooked it goes really stringy and it will fall apart. So just a waiting game for a minute now. Okay, as you can see, the pulled pork is all caramelising and sticky again, which is what we want. The refried beans here have thickened back up. They're all hot again. Really important with pulses to have them hot. They are a high risk food like rice and meat and everything else. We've got our corn on the cob steaming up nicely. So, okay, I need to heat tortillas. How am I going to do that? Any ideas?
I'll show you. Because what we've got at the moment is only half the story. I'm going to turn the gas off. And look what we've got here. Plug that one back in there.
Turn this one back on.
It's a little bit wobbly. Adjust the foot. That's better. Gas back on.
Hold on. This one's not.
Like that one. There we go. And now like that one.
That's great. That means the other half of the combi pan's about to go into action. So, I have tortilla wraps. Just going to fold them into quarters, as Luke will want to. Just toast them up. Actually, We'll do them in halves because there's actually plenty of room in there. Just toast them up, we're good to go. So, we've only been here a few hours. Steve is in with a fish. Let me drop that rod down for you. Want me to net? Nice little common.
That was that cast right off the lilies that I said was worth a fish. We've got carp to the bottom of the pickerel here now. Feels good to be playing one, I can assure you.
It's been a long time.
Hasn't it? Our first fish of the year. Where do you think you're going? I think it's growing. No, don't pick that one up.
Come in that.
Clear now.
Oh yeah. He's a good size, isn't he?
Bigger than I thought he was. Happy days. Okay, let's see what we got. It's quite a special fish, this one, because I'm on a new bait from our baits, on the real fish. That looks to me like pretty much £17 on the dot. My first fish this year. And I got to admit, I'm a happy bunny. A couple of little marks on him that we'll treat before we slip him back. Little spawning marks, which a little bit of Propralis. Run over my baby. Tiny one on that side. Swing you around. You still won't fight me. Let's give him a little bit of a rinse off. Steady. Steady. And there we go, £17 of angry Bearley common on the real fish from Mad Baits in a castaway PVA solid bag. Doesn't get no easier or any better. Let's slip this one back and finish cooking tea. Off you go, baby. That's made me very happy.
So we had to stop for Steve's run just then, so we've picked up where we left off. We're back with heat again, just toasting these up. As you can see, they're suitably hot. So pretty much we're ready to serve up Luke's tea now. I have here some homemade smoky barbecue sauce, which is my own brand. So we're going to serve that with it, as you can see. That should make the whole dish ultimately tasty. So here we go, let's serve it up. Okay, so we're going to cook Steve Dimmer dinner. We're going to do liver, bacon and onions, but I have a small confession to make in that I forgot the onions. We are by the bank and there is no nearby shop, so I'm really sorry, babe, I forgot the onions. I'll make it really tasty though, so it should have onions, but bear with me, I have to go with it. So if you make it, then please use onions. So first things first, I did remember like the homegrown mint for the new potatoes, which
I don't
was
care,
really
I had a
important.
fish. I've had a fish.
Yeah, you keep your fish. You got liver and bacon, no onions.
But I had a fish.
So, fresh mint out the garden, which I did remember. And then we've got some nice new potatoes from Cornwall. So we're just going to cook these. In fact, I might put that in the middle compartment because it's a more even heat. There we go. So then we need some water. There we go. And then I also have carrots. There's not going to be a huge difference in time with the cooking time. And I can control it. The great thing about this new cooker is that you can pretty much sit it, pretty much sit it wherever you want. So we just need to place it in the right place to where we want to cook. So in go the carrots. I've just brought those from home, chopped up, ready to go, which keeps it really simple. Some water on that. A little bit more mint on the carrots would not go amiss. We'll flavour everything up to make up for the lack of onions, eh? So let's just light this. There we go. I'm going to place that right on that side. Plenty of heat. And then we'll do the liver and onions when the potatoes and carrots are nearly cooked.
But without the onions.
Yeah, without the onions. Just the bacon and the liver in my case. So we've had our potatoes cooking. Carrots are done, potatoes are now done, but they're not going to come to any real harm. So let me just de-rain my situation.
It did come down a bit, didn't it?
It did come down a bit heavy. So next thing, I've just got some chopped bacon. I'm going to add that to that pan. You want to get a nice bit of colour on there. As you can see, I haven't added any fat to the pan. I just need the pan to be hot so it caramelises the bacon before we put it in there as it goes watery. So we're going to pan fry that. Meanwhile, while that's doing, in here, in amongst the rain, I have some flour, which I'm just going to put the liver in, but it's got a little bit of salt and pepper in it to season it. So we're just going to open that up. This came straight from the butcher, so we just need to open that. This is calf's liver, but you could use pig's liver. At this point, I probably should point out that with your bacon, you would add your onions, but as I forgot them, that won't be happening. So we're going to open the bag up and slide the liver into there. And it goes. And then you want to shake it around so that the flour is all over each piece of liver. There we go. Job done. So we're just going to wait for the bacon to crisp up, and then we'll be lifting the liver out of there and putting it into the pan. Okay, as you can see, the bacon's all nice and crispy here. So now we are just going to add our pieces of liver. So I'm going to open the bag up, shake off the worst of the flour. But I might just move the bacon up one end, because what we want to do is pan fry the liver pieces. There we go, that's quite a big piece. There's that one. Have we got any more in there? No, that's it. So now we just need to sear the liver here, get it browned, and then we'll add some liquid. The flour will form a thickener when we add the water in a bit, when we've pan fried it. So that will then make a lovely thick sauce, which is the most enjoyable part of liver and onions. So just a waiting game for a couple of minutes. Okay, so as you can see, we've got the liver brown on both sides here. Got some nice caramelisation going on the bottom of the pan, which is what you want because that all adds flavour, particularly when you forget the onion. So, next thing is to add some water. Not too much, just enough so that the flour thickens up that was on the liver. There we go. That should do it. Just move it all around. Now mix the bacon in with everything else now.
And the onions?
And the onions if you had them, yeah. He's not going to let this one go very easily, is he? So as that boils, that will thicken into a sauce. So that should make one tasty dinner for Mr. Dimmer.
Did I mention I had a fish?
You mentioned it. Yeah, that's why you haven't got any onions in your liver. Because I'm not competitive or anything. So yeah, that's thickening up now into a nice sauce. You could add some red wine or some Madeira, some sweet sherry. Any of those things is a good background flavour, but obviously I'm trying to keep it really simple for cooking by the bank. But if you're at home, you've got your hands on those things. So just a few minutes, just while that thickens itself up, and then a complete dinner is ready. So, just going to lift off the mint that we've got happening here now. The potatoes and carrots are ready. Got a lovely thick sauce going on. The smell is great off of the liver there. Calf's liver doesn't need as much cooking as pig's liver because it's really, really tender. So there's a nice wee feast there for supper. There we have it.
And a beep.
And a beep to go with it.
Okay, shall we get this served up because I'm hungry and it's starting to rain again.
Let's get dinner on.
Lovely.
Well, here we go. That was a rude awakening. Scream and run. Rod bent round, nearly coming out of the rod rest. £18 exactly. It's a long time since I've held a fish this size, to be honest. It's great to be back in the run, really. Very pretty too.
Nice scaly one.
Mm.
Nice. And midges.
Mm.
Head back up. There you go. Give the camera a big smile. Bedhead. Yeah. There we go. 2:30. Unusual here. I don't normally catch anything in the night, but this little scrapper at 11.5 again on the real fish. They're loving it. How about that for a dumpy fish? Funny little tail. 15-15. Again on the real fish bait. They're liking it here. Same rod again. Fish number 3 for me. Morning. Well, the rain stopped just after we'd finished supper last night. Still overcast, still very carpy. We had some fish in the night, and fingers crossed for this morning. Well, it's time to pack up and go home again. Not even a 24-hour session this time, just short, but at least we've managed to catch some fish. I've had 3, Margaret's had 1 and lost 1. Poor old Luke's really struggled today, but he's still plugging away and trying. So that's it, till next time, cooking and carpin.